I'm getting panic attacks, and I'm like struggling to see a path out, that I'm like hyperventilating. I'm really struggling, but I mean, this is not supposed to be a story of defeat. Pretty much exactly 2 years ago, I felt like I made it in filmmaking. I felt like now is the time. I just finished shooting my first two feature documentaries over 2 years all around the world, and I had new international documentary projects coming up, and I thought like now is the time where my filmmaking career really takes off. And now 2 years later, I'm like, I just came out of a year where I just had like one single job, which like barely paid like the investment I had, like where I barely made any profit out of it, and otherwise nothing. I spent a year trying to market myself, trying cold calling, reaching out to production companies, getting hired as a DP, like having meetings over meetings, optimizing my website, and just what is now, like, I could say it's for nothing. I didn't get one inquiry on my website. I didn't get one call of some like to hire me. And yeah, it's really been a tough year professionally. And so I think it's a time where I have to start over, a time where I have to rebuild. Like, I mean, I don't want this to be a video like where it tells you about defeat or something like that. I want to tell you the story of rebuild, and that's what this story is about, and this is what the story which I want to tell on this channel. So a little bit to me, my name is Nick Platzer, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. I would have called me before DP and cinematographer, because that is what I really focused on and like thought there's my point in the team. And I still think that is like that, but I realized that I have to change, that the jobs which I want to work in, they don't just come to me. They won't knock on my door and I will get paid lavishly. I have to create them myself. So as I said, 2 years ago, I thought like I made in filmmaking, and I thought like I was like now on the path of unstoppable growth. Yeah, it really added up, because at the same time I listened to this masterclass of Werner Herzog, and if I remember correctly, he said in that filmmaking for him consists out of like 8-year periods. There's like 8 years of pure pain where like you're just hustling and nobody wants to see your stuff, your films anyway. And then after 8 years, you start seeing the fruits of your labor. You start getting hired, you start getting paid, you start getting like recognition. And then after 16 years, you're like in the moment, in the point of your career of pure freedom, where you can just do whatever job you want to do. You have the freedom to pick and get paid regardless. And for me that really was the case. I started now about 12 years ago. Yeah, and 8 years going in, hustling, and doing like stuff I hated to do, like videos of gyms, holiday homes, all these little small jobs, building websites for people so they would even pay me to do the video to put on their website. I got the opportunity to shoot a real feature film, 2 real feature films, like at the same time. It was like jackpot. I traveled around the world. I traveled to places only a handful of people get to see, and I got to see them all together in like 2 years. And I came out of it like a changed man. I mean, before it was only about shooting, using cameras, using the technology, and like these like creating beautiful images. I didn't care about the story. I cared about imagery. I was a real epiphany of one of these cinematic guys. I wanted to make everything cinematic and look larger than life. And it took me a while on these trips, almost 1.5 years, but on the last trip of the Last Places movie, we traveled to the last places where people live in unity with nature in Africa. I realized what I want filmmaking to be for myself, what it is about, because I met this woman who actually traveled half across her own continent only to get the opportunity to tell her story in our movie. And she met with these 2 guys she didn't even know, and like shared with us her like deepest stories, you could say, with the goal of like having an impact, changing people's lives, changing other women's lives. She told us these stories of pain, these stories of pain, brutality, like stories of a world which I didn't even know in my bringing up, which I did not even think that, or like I was too blind to see that these realities exist. And she told these stories in order to like help other women, other people, affected people, like to tell their stories, to own their stories, to be able to talk about them and have like change happen in her society especially. And yeah, this woman was Diaka, and she really changed my life and like created like this, planted a seed in me, like created a change within me, that from now on, like my craft, my cinematography was not anymore just there to look beautiful, to be like something which like is aesthetically pleasing. It was something about which tells a story, and was supposed to tell a story and have an impact, have a positive impact on society. And I mean, I realized that what I was doing has nothing to do with art. Before I thought like maybe like remotely I could call myself an artist or something like that. I mean, I was always striving towards that, and I realized that the significant point which was missing in my craft, it was a craft at this moment, was a sociological impact, or like a impact. Like I didn't impact anybody with beautiful ad about a gym. It's like there's no deeper meaning in it. It's just sales. And I realized that this is what I want to do. I want to have a bigger impact. And the movies I was shooting were like had the goal to do that. And I thought like, okay, now after I come back, I will get this job and that job. I will work with NGOs. I will work in this field, but yeah, it didn't come to that. And it's really good getting to me, because although my personal life thrived and my personal life was what I ever wished for, like I became a father and I'm happy as ever in my personal life, this my professional life keeps pulling me down. Now I have to change that. I have to go back into work. I have to back into the state which I used to be, where I'm just functioning, just working and just like solving problems constantly. I was sitting at home, stuck in my head, thinking and thinking and thinking what I could do, and I didn't do. I was thinking what I could do, but I didn't really do anything. I did tiny incremental steps, which I thought would attract somebody to pick me up in their production and hire me and let me work for them. But essentially I was just like this guy hitchhiking along the road, and I was like just painting a bigger and bigger sign, pick me up, and it's not how it works, how I get the jobs I actually want to do. I want to work in, and so this video is not to talk about defeat, to talk about a downfall of a cinematography. I just tell this story because I think in our current social media world, we always bombarded with successful people and people living their best life and people sharing and telling you how to get there, telling you how to become it. And coach, there's one coach and there's the other coach. Everyone's selling coachings, and I just want to tell the story of somebody who's in this struggle and doesn't know 100% if it will work, doesn't know if it will work out, if I will get out of this situation, but I'm still hopeful. I haven't given up hope, and I realize I have to build my own way. I have to create my own path, not wait for anybody to pick me up and pull me through. I have to go forward myself. And how I plan to do that is, first of all, take you here on this channel along the journey. I always want to be real with you. I always want to tell a story, hopefully have a positive impact on whoever's seeing this. Maybe having some fun here. And the other channel will be where you see the documentaries, maybe soon also Last Places there, and also my documentary series I'm working on, which is called DATO. It's shortcut, it's working name right now, but it's called Dreaming Against the Odds, where we follow people I feel connected to who dream big, who have dreams which seem impossible to many people, but those people, for them it's not about possibility, it's about going there and getting it done. So we will start with that soon, start shooting soon. I've been working a lot on it and refining it a lot, but I just have to start doing, and on this process I want to take you. Then as well, we are me and Diaka, our journey didn't end in Cameroon. We are actually creating right now non-profit organization to, like, here in Germany and in Sierra Leone, to have like a connected partnership to really have an impact in her society, fighting FGM, female genital mutilation, and to create new opportunities for women and girls within her country, having an impact. And like, my part will be storytelling and getting people engaged, so engaged in something good, which is actually something I really need in my life. This feeling of telling significant stories, not about myself but about others who deserve it way more than me. And if you're interested, follow for now this channel. This is where everything behind the scenes will happen, where you see all the stupid things I do, all the struggles I go through. And then the other channels, I will keep you posted as soon as we have something live there. That's that, and hope to see you soon. Shoot me a message if you're in the same situation, comment, or you can also go Instagram, or there's a WhatsApp on my webpage if you just feel like you're in a similar situation and you need somebody to talk. I'm here.